So this is your official welcome slide to our Accelerated Professional Graduate Programs Information session. Next slide, please, Chris. Again, Chelsea Moyer, Assistant Vice Provost, UMBC-Shady Grove. We also have Stephanie Allen, who's the Assistant Director in UMBC's Office of Professional Programs, and Mike Suisa, the Assistant Director of Recruitment and Admissions in UMBC's Graduate School. So just a brief overview of the agenda. Mike is going to kick us off first with an overview of the accelerated program at UMBC. Again, what is it? How does it operate? How can you get involved in the accelerated program? Mike's going to then pass it to Stephanie, who will provide you with an introduction to UMBC's professional program offerings at our Catonsville campus. And then Stephanie will hand it off to me, and I'm going to close this out this afternoon with an introduction to the universities at Shady Grove, and specifically UMBC at Shady Grove, as well as the professional programs that we offer here on site in Rockville, Maryland. Next slide, please, Chris. All right, so Mike, you're up. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Chelsea. Great. So the accelerated program is an opportunity that we offer to our undergraduate students that allows them to get a head start on grad school. What it allows you to do is take grad school classes while you're an undergraduate, and you get to double count those classes towards your undergraduate degree, so upper level credits, or depending on your department, those upper level classes that you need for degree completion. Changes by department, by class, but it allows you to take grad classes, count them towards your undergrad degree, and then if you choose to continue into grad school, take those same classes and apply them to your graduate degree as well. This can save both time and money. Normally, you get to complete a semester's worth of graduate study for a master's degree program while you're an undergrad. You're billed at undergrad tuition, which is the same as what you're paying now, so there's no increase in cost for taking the grad level credits. And then of course, obviously you don't have to spend the time and money completing those classes once you get to grad school. You can take accelerated classes for master's and certificate programs that are also outside of your current undergraduate major. You don't have to be the same undergrad focus as grad. Yeah, next slide, please. So this program is really designed for folks who are in their junior year. Normally you've completed about 90 credits, but it's not a hard and fast rule, and you can start whenever you like with department approval. We recommend you have a 3.0 GPA. You'll probably need that for the department or around there to get you started in those grad classes. Like I mentioned, the department needs to approve your participation and also the classes that you want to take in the accelerated program, as well as your undergrad advisor. And you can work with those two folks to fill out the form, which is fairly painless. It's all online. It's DocuSign, and get that sent over to us. There is a little bit of paperwork involved. So there's the application to the accelerated program. And then once you're in, you'll need to submit just this additional form that lists the courses that you want to take. And we do that to make sure that you're able to sign up for those specific grad courses that you want to take, right? So that we open registration for you, and that to ensure that those classes are being taught at the graduate level, because sometimes they're cross-listed with 400 level classes. Next slide, please. So if you choose to join the accelerated program and get a head start on those grad classes, you take you're ending your undergraduate career and you're saying, yes, I want to continue into grad school. You will still need to submit a grad school application. The admission rate for our accelerated students applying to grad school is like over 90%. We offer a fee waiver along with a $1,000 scholarship off your first semester of graduate school when you get there. So there's some incentives, and yeah, you just need to make sure that you still apply for grad school if you choose to do so. And then there's, again, another form. You are allowed to take a break in between your undergrad and grad careers. It's technically up to 5 years that you can take a break in between and still use that coursework and apply it to your graduate degree. Next slide, please. A couple things that the accelerated program doesn't do. If you go to a different grad school, and especially since we're going to be talking about Shady Grove, for example, if you took your graduate courses at UMBC and attended a graduate program from another university that's offered at Shady Grove, it doesn't allow your coursework to be transferred there. It is up to them to make their own decision on whether they'll accept it as graduate level coursework or not. We don't really have any control over what those universities do. You cannot complete a certificate or a master's degree program as an undergraduate student. You can only complete 6 credits for a certificate, and typically 9, sometimes 12, depending on the master's degree program, for a master's degree through the accelerated program. And it doesn't guarantee admission to the graduate school, but again, the admission rate for our accelerated students is extremely high because you'll be working with the department, and you'll have a good idea on whether graduate school is right for you moving forward. Next slide, please. Okay. Stephanie, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to you.
Perfect. Thank you, Mike. Again, I'm Stephanie Allen, and I work directly with the professional programs on our main campus here in Catonsville. Mr. Suika provided the general overview and process of the accelerated programs, so I'd like to start by introducing the actual program offerings we have here at our main campus. Next slide, please. You'll see a snapshot on screen of our mini program offerings. Within the Division of Professional Studies, we currently have 10 master's degree programs and over 22 certificate programs. Among our many key points, I'd like to highlight a few. First of all, professional programs are programs that help prepare students for careers in specific fields. Accordingly, our curriculum has focused on the skill sets that employers indicate are important and vital in order to excel in the workplace. Many of our students are working professionals, so it's important to us that we provide convenient evening and hybrid courses. Our classes are also taught by industry experts. This allows for relevant classroom experience as well as valuable networking opportunities, not only as a current student, but also towards your future as an alumni. And then last but not least, with our small class sizes, you'll experience direct access to those same industry experts, as well as experience support towards the overall work, school, and life balance. Next slide, please. The previous slide allows you a glimpse into our overall professional program offerings. However, this specific slide outlines our list of programs that currently participate in the accelerated program. And with the ever-growing interest in this special opportunity, we do expect other programs will soon request to be added. Next, please. You heard me mention the benefit of working industry experts towards networking opportunities. We are very purposed in assisting our students with their professional and career goals. Accordingly, we have a wonderful partnership with the UMBC Career Center, and they keep us and the campus community as a whole updated on current resources, as well as future opportunities and statistics of our UMBC graduates. So as it relates here in our DMV area, you will see on this slide, 78% have obtained jobs in Maryland, and then for the overall DMV, 86% in the National Capital Region. Next slide, please. Another key advantage of pursuing your advanced degree here is showcased within this specific statistical slide. As you see, UMBC's career outcome rates surpass national averages in all areas for our master's degree candidates. And I just want to pause here for a second so that you can have an opportunity to see and look at these statistics. All right, next slide, please. This slide are actually the next two slides, this and the next one, are giving you real life examples of both the companies that employ our graduates, as well as the type of position titles that they hold. Just to highlight a few, some of those companies: Johns Hopkins University in Medical, T. Roy Price, Northwood Corporation, National Institute of Health, U.S. Department of Veteran Affairs. And then on the next slide, you'll see some of those titles from account executive, data specialist, IT management analyst, global product manager, budget analyst, and so on and so on. Next slide, please. UMBC is located at two great locations, again, Catonsville and Rockville. So specific to our Catonsville campus, and once you become an admitted graduate student, you'll have numerous opportunities, including the samples I've listed here on screen. And again, those include direct access to programmatic listservs. And within those listservs, you'll find job opportunities currently and as you graduate, getting to know alumni in advance before you actually graduate. Opportunities to work with our professors on their current research projects, get involved with the Graduate Student Association, which is a student-run association and really is a benefit to you as a student, and also getting you involved in the community as well as the campus. Also allowing you to note that several of the programs do go beyond the traditional classroom experience, and you can begin getting immersed in hands-on experience with local leaders, organizations, and residences. I intentionally skipped the second bullet point because I'm going to talk about that a little bit more on the next slide, please. So this is one of our newer initiatives. Our OPP Student Success Team was created truly with our students in mind. Their overall purpose is to provide student-centered services from enrollment through graduation. You'll see several resources and supportive links via this website and listed here on the screen. As well, you will receive a copy of this PowerPoint, so you'll be able to reference them for the future. Next, please. And last but certainly not least, I've had the honor of providing you a quick glance into our main campus professional programs. However, I'd like to invite each of you to register and come out to meet my colleagues, our DPS faculty, and some of our current graduate students at our upcoming professional programs information session. This event will be in person on our Catonsville campus. You'll also be able to attend a breakout session with your particular program of interest. And most importantly, we'll even provide breakfast to start your Saturday morning off right. Now, it is my pleasure to pass the mic to my colleague, Chelsea Moyer.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. I am so excited, and you just got some context from Stephanie on some of the professional programs that are offered through UMBC's Catonsville campus, what we refer to as our home campus. And I'm so excited to talk to you a little bit about UMBC at the Universities at Shady Grove, which is located in Rockville, Maryland, Montgomery County. Some of you may or may not be familiar with the Universities at Shady Grove. So Chris, if you don't mind advancing to the next slide, I'm going to give you all some broad context on how we operate and what the Universities at Shady Grove, you'll hear me refer to it as USG, what it is. So this is a broad panoramic shot of the campus. The Universities at Shady Grove is a higher education regional center. And it's a consortium of a variety of University System of Maryland institutions on one campus. So there are technically 9 universities located on one campus, referred to as the Universities at Shady Grove, here in Rockville, Maryland. One of the things that is special about the Universities at Shady Grove is that we operate from a model of shared resources. So you all obviously are at UMBC's home campus. You have access to UMBC's Academic Success Center, UMBC's Career Center, student affairs and organizations. The same is true at the Universities at Shady Grove. Next slide, please, Chris. We are a full service campus, meaning that all of the services that you are provided through various centers at home campus are also provided at the Universities at Shady Grove. They may have slightly different names, slightly different titles, and those services are shared amongst the 9 institutions that are here on site at the Universities at Shady Grove. So you could be a UMBC at Shady Grove MPS, Master Professional Studies student, and you will be taking classes primarily with UMBC students, of course. However, you could go to the cafeteria area in the evening prior to class, or stop by what's known as our Macklin Center for Leadership and Communication and be right next door to someone from, or a student from the University of Maryland College Park, or Bowie State University, or Towson University. So it's a really unique setup in that you have exposure, obviously, to your UMBC peers, colleagues, faculty. You'll be working directly and in large part, mostly with them. And you'll also have access to resources provided through the other institutions on site and developing strong peer networks across 8 other institutions in addition to UMBC. So USG overall offers 80+ academic programs on one campus. We are located in the midst of the I-270 technology corridor, so about 18 miles from Washington, D.C. This area has a ton, and when I say a ton, we have a ton of industry opportunities that are relevant to our professional programs. When we decide to bring professional programs down to the UMBC or the Universities at Shady Grove campus, we are making strategic decisions about how those programs align with local and regional industry in the area. So you may have seen in chat, our program director for our MPS and biotechnology, Dr. Mark Schenerman, has quite a number of connections with local life sciences and biotech industry and companies in the area. MedImmune, AstraZeneca, NIST is right down the street. We have IBBBR, which is again a life science research entity right next door. So one of the benefits of taking coursework at the Universities at Shady Grove is that you have so many relevant industry and potential employment opportunities literally right in your backyard. And it's, again, a nice centralized location between DC and Baltimore, a little bit further from Baltimore, but great location. We are about 4 miles from the Shady Grove Metro stop on the Red Line, so I recognize that not everyone has access to a personal vehicle or personal transportation. So I just wanted to make you aware that many of our students do take advantage of the MARC train and the Metro stop. I will say that there are a number of different bus stops between the Shady Grove Metro and the Universities at Shady Grove. There's not a straight shot from the Metro to campus, but you are able to get here if you plan accordingly. And one of the bus stops that's on the Montgomery County route is literally right outside of the campus entrance. Again, as I mentioned earlier, we are a full service campus, so all of the resources that you'd be able to access at home campus in Catonsville are also available down here at the Universities at Shady Grove, except that we are a non-residential campus. So we do not offer any on-campus housing, and as such, we don't have any meal plans for students on campus. So I just want you to be aware of that. We talked a little bit about the shared service center model. That includes resources like academic coaching, career advising, internship preparation. There is a center for counseling and well-being, so students are able to take advantage of free individual counseling, group therapy, couples counseling right here on site at the University at Shady Grove. Of course, there are quite a number of student organizations and clubs, leadership training, and all of these services really are grounded on the premise and commitment that we want all of our students, regardless of academic program, to be career ready or to be in a space and place where your career options are enhanced upon graduation from a UMBC degree offered at the universities at Shady Grove. Another piece that I just want to make sure you're all aware of, because this is an added benefit, is that there are scholarship opportunities that are available specific to universities at Shady Grove students. And this is in addition to any merit-based scholarships for which you may qualify or be eligible at our home campus in Catonsville. USG over the last several years has given out $1 million in scholarship monies to students across all USG programs. And there is a separate specific USG scholarship application that one would need to complete and submit in order to qualify for those scholarship opportunities. But that's a big, big piece, that there are some additional funding supports that are available to you as a USG student. Okay, next slide, please. All right, so let's dig a little bit into UMBC at the universities at Shady Grove. One thing that I always like to stress right off the bat is that all of our students, both at the undergraduate and the graduate level, are earning a true, authentic UMBC degree. We are UMBC, first and foremost, proud retrievers. We just happen to be 40 miles from home campus and located in Montgomery County, right? But the quality of education, the faculty who are teaching here at UMBC-Shady Grove are also often teaching at our home campus and vice versa. So first and foremost, you are a UMBC student in Montgomery County. There are resources and support available across both campuses. So again, as I just mentioned, there are service centers that are specific to the universities at Shady Grove. However, that does not mean that you cannot use services that are available at Catonsville. So one of the things that's a bit different with us at universities at Shady Grove is that we don't have athletics. We don't have athletic teams. Sometimes there are some intramural teams that will emerge based upon student interest, but you may be interested in going to a basketball game at home campus. You can do that. You are a UMBC student. You'll have access to a UMBC ID card in addition to a University at Shady Grove card, and you'll be able to use the resources at both campuses. You can take advantage of the Career Center at home campus and the Career Center at the University at Shady Grove, the Counseling Center at home campus, and our Counseling Center here. So lots of available opportunities to you as a UMBC Shady Grove student. Tuition is the same across UMBC Shady Grove and UMBC's Catonsville campus. I think that's important. Again, you're a UMBC student, bar none. There is, however, a slightly different fee structure across both campuses because, again, the services are slightly different that are offered on both campuses. So I would just encourage you to check that out on the Student Business Services website. Another piece that I want to draw special attention to, and this is true for our professional programs offered at our Catonsville campus, some of you may be able to take advantage of what's been deemed the regional graduate tuition rate. So for students who reside in specific counties in Delaware, Virginia, Pennsylvania, and in DC, you may be eligible to pay in-state tuition as opposed to out-of-state tuition for your graduate courses. Again, they're very specific counties. As Stephanie noted earlier, we're going to be providing you a copy of this slide deck following this presentation. So you'll be able to click on the link and get more information about the counties where that rate applies. As Stephanie noted earlier, many of our courses are taught by adjunct faculty who are directly connected to local and regional industry. So you are going to have the folks who are out there at places like MedImmune and NIST and various HR offices who are doing the work day to day doing the research and bringing that knowledge and that expertise and that experience into the classroom. So I think that's an incredibly valuable part of our programs. And these are folks, again, your faculty who will serve potentially as recommenders for future employment opportunities that you might want to take advantage of. They may be able to recommend you for specific positions. So I think that's just a nice piece to highlight. Just to reiterate, we offer 4 Master of Professional Studies degrees at UMBC-Shady Grove specifically. Again, these are programs that are catered to working professionals. We also offer a variety of post-baccalaureate certificate options, which I'll review in just a minute. And at the undergraduate level, we offer 7 bachelor degrees that are catered specifically to transfer students on site. As Stephanie noted, we do offer primarily evening classes and classes in flexible modalities. So you'll see in-person classes, fully online classes, hybrid, and high flex classes where we have classes that are being streamed across home campus in Catonsville and Shady Grove. So flexibility is key in serving our students, and we're mindful of that. Next slide, please. Next slide. I'm going to talk a little bit about the specific professional programs that we offer on site here at UMBC-Shady Grove. So just as an overview, we do offer, as I noted earlier, 4 Master Professional Studies degrees. 3 of those 4 programs are available through the accelerated program option at UMBC, and they are highlighted in bold here. Our MPS in biotechnology, MPS in cybersecurity, and MPS in data science. We offer a 4th degree in industrial organizational psychology. That program, however, is not connected with the accelerated program option, hence why it's not highlighted on this slide. I do want to note that of these 3 programs highlighted here, the MPS in biotechnology is offered only at the UMBC-Shady Grove location, okay? So please keep that in mind if you are interested in enrolling or applying and enrolling in the biotech program. That's coursework that would need to be completed right here in Rockville, Maryland. Our other 2 programs, cybersecurity and data science, are also offered at our Catonsville campus. So when you are applying ultimately to the graduate school and to your programs of interest, you will need to note your preferred campus location. The programs are identical in nature. Different program directors at each site, but the content and the experience that academic experience that you'll gain through those programs is identical. So it's just a matter for you of deciding which location is going to work best for you in that case. You'll notice that for each of these programs, we do have post-baccalaureate certificates available. For cybersecurity, we have a number of certificate options. Again, on this slide, I've included links to each of the program pages, so you'll be able to explore some of those certificate options and the programs themselves in more detail, along with the courses that are generally required for these programs. In the black boxes, you'll note the contact information for our program directors who are overseeing each of those programs. Please don't hesitate to reach out to them should you have questions about specific courses or the nature of the program. I know they're absolutely willing and want to answer any questions that you may have in that regard. Next slide, please, Chris. Excuse me. As Stephanie noted, we too are prepping for an upcoming event. Also very excited about this. In the next couple of weeks, specifically on Tuesday, October 10th, we are hosting our UMBC-Shady Grove Professional Programs Alumni Panel and Networking event. This will be an in-person event hosted right here on site. So for those of you who are thinking about potentially enrolling in an accelerated program that's offered at UMBC-Shady Grove, this would be a great opportunity for you to come down to campus, see firsthand what campus is like, the opportunities that are available, and most importantly, to engage with alums who have been through our UMBC-Shady Grove programs and are super successful in their current areas of industry. We'll have the highlight of the event, of course, will be the alumni panel and the students who will be speaking to their experiences, And then we will also have a networking portion of the event where you'll be able to chat and connect with our graduate program directors, alumni, and current students who opt to be present. Okay. The link to register for this event is noted on the slide. Again, you'll be forwarded this deck following this presentation. So I would strongly encourage you to consider attending to learn more about our programs at UMBC-Shady Grove. Next slide, please, Chris. And with that, we want to take an opportunity to have all of you ask any questions that you may have. Again, you're welcome to submit those questions via chat. Please feel free to unmute yourself. Mike, Stephanie, and myself are here, so please feel free to ask away.
Hi, I have a question.
Sure.
Yeah, so at the beginning of the presentation, I wasn't able to, I believe Mrs. Allen was talking about it, that there was an event November 4th, and I would like to register, but it didn't let me register by clicking on the screen, and I'd like to register. Will there be a link sent in the chat to register?
I will put one in there, and I'm very glad that you asked that question. So I will put the link in the chat box.
Awesome, thank you.
Thanks, Julian. And Chris, Stephanie is going to place the link for the November 4th event in chat. Can you also do the same for our October 10th event as well, if you don't mind?
Yep. 1 second.
Thank you so much. All right, thanks again, Julian. Other questions folks may have?
Hello. So I'm reading like the admission requirements at the UMBC Accelerated Program website, and my area of interest is cybersecurity. And then in the admission requirements, it says that applicants should have current IT or industry experience. So my question is that it says that if they don't have the industry experience, my question is that like how would the applicants be evaluated?
Just to clarify real quick, you're looking at the accelerated program requirements or the graduate school like master's degree requirements? Because for the accelerated program, you wouldn't need industry experience, right? You're an undergrad student currently.
Oh yes, sorry.
Right.
Yes, I was looking at the graduate website. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so for the degree requirements, I can put you in contact with the cybersecurity department. I don't know if anybody here can speak to their requirements a little bit better than me. But I'm certain that they can help clarify that. Each of our departments at the graduate level sets those requirements. So like when you apply to grad school, it's not like you're applying to UMBC again, you're really applying to like the cybersecurity department. And they're the ones that set their requirements, the deadlines. But I know that the cybersecurity department does take UMBC undergrads who are going directly into grad school. But to speak any more on it, I would need to put you into contact with them, which I can do.
I will also go on and add, there is an FAQ section on the cybersecurity website, and that's actually one of the questions that they actually that they answer. And it just basically lets you know that even if you don't have prior knowledge, they do look at your whole application. So they're looking at your career activities, your goals, your overall suitability of the program via your grades and transcripts of certain classes. And if you don't meet their initial admission requirements, they also invite you to take a look at the graduate certificate in cybersecurity operations. And then once getting that certificate, you would then be able to be admitted towards the master's and use those certificate classes directly into the master's. So again, Mike is going to be able to put you in contact, but on their actual website, there's an FAQ section that will detail the question that I just answered for you, as well as other things that you may find of interest.
Okay, thank you. And you said that's the cybersecurity website, right?
And you asked for cyber, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and I'll do a solid, and I just put it in the chat box. If you want to copy and paste that, you can go on and get started reading all of those extra FAQs.
Okay, thank you so much.
Very welcome.
Second chat one last time here. Okay, when we recognize we've shared a lot of information with you, you may need some time just to take a look and review the PowerPoint deck, on your own time, which is great. Again, the contact information for our program directors, and Chris, if you can actually go to the next slide, that would be awesome. And for the teams with which Stephanie and I work is noted on this slide. So, if you have any questions about the accelerated program or the Master Professional Study program options available at UMBC's Catonsville campus, you'll see that the email address is professionals@umbc.edu. Stephanie and team will get emails and inquiries through that email, so please feel free to reach out. My colleague Chris and I manage the Shady Grove professional programs at umbc.edu email box. So same deal with us. If you're looking at any of the programs offered at UMBC Shady Grove specifically, you're unclear about anything, please don't hesitate to reach out. We are happy to help. That's why we're here. And we are truly so excited that all of you as UMBC retrievers are contemplating continuing your path at UMBC at the graduate level. As Mike noted earlier, this is a wonderful opportunity if you're seriously considering a UMBC degree to save some time, to save some money, to start making some really phenomenal connections with graduate faculty while you're an undergraduate student. So I encourage you to ask the questions, dig in, and keep your mind open to this as a solid possibility as you move forward this pathway.
I'll just say thank you for coming, and if you have any questions, definitely let me know.
We'll echo Mike, and I just want to thank each of you for taking the time to come out today, find out a little bit more about advanced degrees here at your own campus, and we certainly hope to see and work with you soon.
All right, awesome. Again, we will be following up with a post-event email that will include this slide deck and the recording, so please keep an eye on your email for that information. And we are hosting a second Accelerated Programs Information Session event in late October. So if you mull over this information and you still have questions, you're welcome to attend that second session again, or tell your friends, your peers, your colleagues, let them know, hey, you have this opportunity literally at your fingertips. So please encourage them to fill out our RSVP form and register for the upcoming event as well. So go Retrievers. Thank you for your time. Have an awesome rest of the fall semester, and we'll look forward to connecting with you soon. Take care.